Prior to meeting Dr. Hijazi, I suffered several types of cancer. The first one was my left thyroid cancer. Shortly after that surgery, I ended up having an infection in one of my saliva glands. That caused me to have excessive dry mouth, which in turn, I didn't have enough saliva to neutralize everything I was eating and drinking, which was causing severe damage to my teeth. So over the years, it got worse and worse and worse. And then eventually it got to the point where I, had to realize that I was going to have total, complete upper and lower implants. At that point in my life, after all the health issues, I got to the point where I was slowly withdrawing without even realizing, withdrawing from socializing, withdrawing from family, withdrawing from just because I had gotten so self-conscious about the way my teeth looked. So it really limited me in what I was doing. I found Dr. Hijazi on the internet, and then he got my attention when I saw someone post something about him on Facebook. I am very thorough. I do my research when I'm going to do something big and life-changing. And so I did all the free consultations, and I kid you not, with at least 9 different facilities. It wasn't until I did my free consultation here with the doctor that I was like, this is it. This is where I want to go. I'm not a number. I'm not just another case. They know my name when I come in. I don't have to constantly remind them. I'm greeted every time, like they're happy to see me. It's a great day. So it was hands down. There was no other debate after that. It was like I knew I was going to come here. I knew this was the place for me. That when I decided to move forward with the implants, I had done a lot of research, and I had spoken to other people who had implants done at church and employers and stuff like that. And so I decided at that point, because I am the age that I am, it was worth the investment in the long run, because I had already been through so many root canals, so many crowns, and redoing them, and and it was just never ending, and it was constant pain. So we just came, after discussing it, of course, with my husband, we just came to the agreement that we were going to move forward with this. Dr. Hijazi, Cindy, Val, everyone goes the extra mile for you. They're very welcoming. They're just great. They're just really great. And I am like a lot of other people, I'm sure, that I don't like pain. So I have a little bit of anxiety, and they go above and beyond to make sure that they make, that I'm comfortable, that I'm not going to have another panic attack or, be so worried about the pain. They do everything possible to make you comfortable. I did feel very confident in Dr. Hijazi from the moment I met him. And one of the reasons I was so comfortable with him was because all the other facilities that I had went to maybe try them out or see who they were and what they were about, not one had the actual doctor come out and sit with me. It was someone else who wasn't exactly a dental expert that was given the task to tell me how the procedure would work and what was going to happen. And I just didn't have that confidence. Whereas when I came to here to Smile Pros, I did get to meet with Dr. Hijazi. He's the one that came up with the treatment plan. He's the one that told me the steps to it. He was the one that told me how he could help me and what we were going to need to do. And he also reassured me that it was a long process. It has steps that you have to go through, and no one had ever explained that portion of it to me. So I felt very, very reassured by him. Right before I met Dr. Hijazi and decided to move forward with the total mouth implants, my dentist that I saw at the time had already removed all of my teeth. So I had regular dentures, just the run-of-the-mill dentures. With those, as you well know, you have to use the dental adhesive to keep them placed and to keep them in your mouth. And that, not only was it a chore to deal with every day and every night, but it was just not comfortable. They just weren't comfortable. They didn't feel like my own. I had a hard time eating. I had a hard time smiling or even speaking. My speech was affected with the dentures. So that's when I thought this is going to be the better avenue for me. I am so grateful to Dr. Hijazi and his staff for what they've done thus far for me, because I can give you a perfect example of how it's affected me. I had not been out of my home unless it was for doctor appointments or dental appointments, because I was so self-conscious about my smile. Just the other day, I went to the movies with my son, which I hadn't done in a long time because I was so self-conscious. And my son even mentioned to me, he goes, "Mom, you're laughing a lot," which I hadn't done in a long time. So it has severely, positively impacted my life.